My God will meet all your needs. Philippians 4:19. When you are hungry, who feeds you? God fed Elijah in a special way. This week's lesson is called Birds to the Rescue. King Ahab, the king of God's own special people, was worshipping idols. God watched King Ahab bow his head in front of the idol Baal. Bring us lots of rain, O Baal, King Ahab prayed to the idol. Give us rain so our food will grow in the fields and we will have plenty to eat. King Ahab prayed to the idol Baal every day. He even built a temple for the idol Baal so everybody could worship him, and many people did. Was there anyone left who wasn't worshiping Baal? Was there anyone left who really loved God? Was there anyone God could use to tell his special people to return to worshiping the true God? Yes, there was. Elijah and several others. God spoke to Elijah. God gave Elijah a very important message for King Ahab. Elijah walked quickly into King Ahab's palace. Elijah spoke loudly. My God, the true God, says there will be no rain for the next few years unless I say so. Your idol Baal cannot give you rain. King Ahab couldn't believe his ears. His mouth hung open in surprise. Before King Ahab could think of anything to say, Elijah hurried out of the palace. Where should I go now? Elijah thought. King Ahab is going to be very angry. God spoke to Elijah again. Go to the east and hide by Kerith Brook, he said. God knew that King Ahab would try to kill Elijah. Drink fresh water from the brook, God continued, and I will send ravens to feed you. Elijah hurried to Kerith Brook. He sat on the ground and thought about all that had happened. Just as the sun began to disappear behind the mountains, Elijah heard birds calling. Caw! 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 Big blackbirds swooped down. The ravens dropped the food they were carrying on a rock near Elijah. Then they quickly flew away. Elijah watched the birds disappear. Amazing, he thought. When God said he was going to send ravens to take care of me, he meant it. Elijah bowed his head and thanked God. He sat on the rock and picked up his supper. Then he looked at the sky in the direction the ravens had flown. God had kept his promise. God always keeps his promises. For this week's activity, we are going to make raven clothespins. For this, you need a picture of a raven. You can get one from either an old book that you no longer use, or you can download a picture from the internet, scissors, tape or glue, and a clothespin. Using the scissors, you will cut out the picture of your raven, and using either tape or glue, you stick the raven onto the clothespin. Parents, while telling the story, you can have the child practice picking up small pieces of bread with their clothespin raven and dropping them into a plate or a basket. Explain to the boys and girls that that type of bird that they made is a raven and that those were the birds Jesus used in our story this week. Remember, boys and girls, God promises to love us and give us everything we need, just as he did for Elijah.